Oh, I need to switch headsets. Hold on.
You can prenup, you can hide, you can be cool or you can cry. Do it wrong, not at all, or do it right. No one owes you, no one's to blame. Save for bad genes or DNA. Ask your conscience the why and how. Do it then, do it when, but do it now. What's up, sweet cakes? Who's here anyway? Oh, girls are easy. What you gonna do, little buckaroo? Yeah, you gotta do. Happy fool is asking my No, we all can be super fly. GQPHD, FBI. You can read sentence, you can try overhead, lay down dead or slip on by. When the truth seems so far away, Buddha loves you and Jesus saves. You need answers from your dismay. Ask yourself, ask your mom, ask DNA. What's up, sweet cakes? Who's here anyway?
Gonna give someone flowers. You should probably do it before they wither and die.
What the flower? Or Sophie?
Oh, dark. Sophie would approve.
Hello, everyone. We still
Hey, you
have a
said it, not
packed
me.
panel here. We have like essentially 13 people up in the His House today. We're also streaming live across the universe. And yeah, it's going to get super exciting, super quick. We have some fantastic people in the house to start our Crash Out Thursday. I mean, it's everyone does it. Everyone does it at some point. Some people do it for engagement. Some people genuinely do crash out. So tonight we're going to be chatting about some of the best crash outs with our fantastic guests. And yeah, we've got a few good talking points today. And let's start getting it on. Okay, so since we have a busy space today, we're going to have to make sure that you share this. Let those speakers who are still to come in know that they're around. Follow all of these lovely people up here, and let's get rolling. And fun fact: crypto markets can lose $1 billion market cap faster than it takes for you to refresh CoinGecko. And let's get this on with some ice-breaking questions today. Let's go around the room. I see lots of people in the house. Feel free to raise a hand or just shout all at once. For people to shout all at once, really. But I would say, like, what's one non-crypto thing that made you crash out this week? And yeah, just start from there. Introduce yourself and tell you what non-crypto thing made you crash out this week. I'm happy to go first if I don't see any hands raised.
You want me to go first?
No, I see
Matt?
spring roll. I see spring roll and
Yes.
quasi also.
Do
Cool.
it. Jump up.
So crashed out on my sleep, bro. Too many tickers. Too much shit is happening. My brain is racing. Sleep is gone. It's fucked. I wish I could sleep. I think everyone on the stage can relate.
100%, man. It's that sort of time when you know the lo-fi girl better than your own family, because you're
exactly
up so late.
It's all for Christmas, you know, when you're sitting at the Christmas dinner table and everyone's like, "So, how's it going with crypto?" That you can say, "Yeah, I did really well this year." Just my sleep suffered.
And then you have to tell them the names of the tickers, and then they freak out. Terrible.
Oh,
terrible.
then they don't want to ape. Then they're like, no, I don't do 10K market caps. I don't do 20K market caps. I need like 500 billion. Anywho,
That's so
um,
good.
little intro about myself. The name is Spring Roll. I am one of the community managers at CoreDAO, also one of the NFT leads. So CoreDAO is a layer one BTC fi chain. We specifically look towards unlocking BTC, where you earn yield on your Bitcoin using the core token. And there's a lot we're cooking. If you're ever interested, Matt, or anyone else on stage, or anyone in the audience, my DMs are open.
Awesome. Yeah, good to know. We have a lot of friends in Bitcoin ordinal communities and many more. With Warp, we publish everyone and everything. We make games for all of the masses. I see we have some more hands up. We have Quai and Avalanche. What non-crypto thing did you crash out on?
Let me think. My dryer died this week, so that's
Man.
you know what I mean. They got like a 3 hour instead of a 30-minute dry cycle. It's kind of a bitch, but that's been kind of a doozy. And then just like I set up a yard sale and last week, so I'm like I'm gonna do that again, but I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then like got a bunch of Pokemon cards I have to go through, but I'm like, so it's a pain for every single Pokemon card. But anyways, but yeah, just small nuances in life. But yeah, I guess I'll go into my intro as well. My name is Quai Boss, biggest meme coin on Quai Network. We're building a game called Flappy Boss. We just released our season 0 launch party earlier. Warp was there for a little bit. But yeah, we're just cooking out here in the space. Been out here for about 7 years. I think 8 now. Let's see, 7. Yeah, 8 years. Building, all that stuff, and yeah, now I'm here.
Awesome. Great to know. And Avalanche, I see your hands up.
Yes, sir. I'm from LA, and NBA playoffs are going on right now. And last night, the Lakers lost, and so are out of contention for the championship this year. Uh, so that's a blow for NBA LA fans, but it means more time to lock in, play some beautiful games on Avalanche. We're gaming on AVAX. We've got games. We're at Gamescom Latam with Off the Grid. We're at Token 2049. Off the Grid mainnet is rolling out, and MapleStory just announced their launch date of May 15th.
That is very good. Yeah, I saw some incredibly bullish AVAX news. I mean, not just on the gaming side, but isn't it true that you guys did something with Magic Eden and also Black Mirror, and you've got some crazy AI coins coming? There's a lot coming, and you got Sonic coming up as well.
Oh yeah, there's FIFA Chain was announced. Magic Eden has integrated Avalanche as a network, and then Summit is just around the corner in the UK, and I know that the Warp is going to be there, and so excited for everyone to come out to Summit.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be like indefinitely in some sort of Netflix film special, like where crypto gaming really started. And I guess I at least know one person from AVAX who could be played by like Michael Sarah. That would be cool. And it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Who else is wanting to talk about their crash outs this week? What did you crash out on in a non-Web3 thing, Ian?
Well, hello, friends. Matt, thanks for jumping into our X space yesterday. You brought a lot to the community, and you brought a lot of great ideas to us, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing how we might collaborate with you. Thank you for inviting me here. Crash out. I had a major crash out this week that was non-crypto. I, of all things, finished a 40-day water-only fast on Friday. So 6 days ago was my 40th day with nothing but salt and water. And as crazy as that sounds, it's something I've been wanting to do since I was 18 years old. So I'm 44, and I was pretty heavy a couple months ago, feeling like I had lots of fat to burn. I thought this is my time. So I finished that up Friday, And I thought, once I finish the finish line, it'll be easy. I just start drinking some juice and some bone broth. No, it has been a challenge to reacclimate my body to anything. So I had to go into the ER and get a saline IV, and everything's good now. Everything's good. My blood works good. But that was a major non-crypto crash out moment for this homie here, and I thought that's one worth sharing. But for those that don't know me, my name's Ian. I live in California. I get the joy of living on the sand, and the Pacific Ocean is behind me if you're watching the video. And I lead a few different companies, but the one that has the emphasis of my focus is called Kiki. We've released one of 15 games that are scheduled. So, interested in what this group and this company and community are doing. Kiki is arguably the most viral cat in the world. We have 12.6 billion views on Giphy. So we kind of exploded all throughout Asia, and we built a meme token around that. Had quite a bit of success when we did that. And now we're focused on building profitable businesses around the IP, starting with games and other things in the comic book film space. So that's probably enough for me. Very happy to be here.
You're looking remarkably healthy, sir. Like, I mean, like, the last time I ever heard of somebody doing like a 40-day water only thing, they were on hunger strike protesting the fucking British occupation of the north of Ireland. So it was, and there was a civil war fought at the same time over it. So it's like, you're looking well,
for
sir.
those that are interested, I mean, I went from 280 pounds or 125 kilograms to 220 pounds or 100 kilograms. That is a tremendous amount of transformation. And then all my blood markers got better after the fast. So I was laughing with my doctor because I did have medical supervision. I've done a lot of fasting. I've done 12-day and some 10s and some 7s. I've been kind of working my way up to do this crazy, Mount Everest of discipline is how I thought of it. And I had the fat to burn, and I did. I burnt it. So I feel a whole lot different. I'm down 2 shirt sizes and 4 or 5 belt sizes. It's been a very life enhancing experience. So now I'll be better at gaming.
That's basically like if you ever want to know like how to lead a meme coin properly, basically become Jesus and fast like Jesus and go into the desert next time. Do some
Yes.
ayahuasca and
There you go.
yeah, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. Like let's lead. Let's do these things crazy. I see open loot in the audience. I see some more people coming up. I see Creon as well. And yeah, if you have any interesting or fun non-Web3 crash outs to share, feel free to go for it. I'm going to go for like a little mini crash out I had today. I was on a meeting, and as you will, I was just outside, having a bit of a cigarette because it's one of those intense meetings. You got to have that. And this lady comes up to me, and she's not necessarily in the best shape, which is incredibly rare for Stockholm, Sweden. And bear in mind, we're completely outside in a public space, and I'm sitting like about, let's just say, 10 feet away from some stairs. And she turns around to me, and I've got my headphones on, and she's like waving at me. I'm like, okay, what the fuck does this lady want? She's like, excuse me, I'm going to run the stairs now, and I don't want to have to do it with your smoke. And I'm like, what? I mean, we're 2 people outside in a place with many, many stairs that's around. And if she'd have asked nicely, that would have been very, very nice of her. However, she just chose to be like, I'm better than you, move, scumbag, because I'm going to run these stairs. And guess what? The fat bitch did one flight and sat there on her phone, just like, when people go in the gym and they hog the deadlifts and they're just sitting there on their phone. And the worst ones, the ones that have all the fucking tech. Like there's bags, there's like coats, there's fucking juices, there's like 9 gallons of pre-post workout and all of this stuff. And they have like usually a fistful of vitamins. And they sit there 40 minutes and then just do that really annoying thing where they just pick it up and drop it. And the entire gym goes.
Matt, next time you see her, tell her to do like a 40-day sailing and water fast.
Exactly. I'll say, bitch, you can run over there. There's more stairs than you fucking need it. But yeah, next time. I have like I've never been Karened before, and that's the first time. And so yeah, that was my crash out. In that I didn't quite respond to the Karen in the way I wanted to. Next time I'll start filming for content. It'll be amazing. Yeah, open loot. Any cool crash outs for you this week?
Hey guys, how are we doing? Yeah, for those of
Yes.
you that don't know, I'm Thomas, marketing lead for Big Time and for Open as well. We are very focused on supporting the guys from Boss Fighters. This week they're having their TGE of their BFT token on May 7th, which I think it's next Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. With that, they also have a million BF token airdrop challenge. So if you want to get your hands on some of those, just check the Boss Fighters X. They have cool challenges there. If you just have to post on X and you're already getting points for it. So pretty amazing stuff. We're also cooking some collabs with some amazing projects. We have Cody and Moonfrost on OpenLoot also working a lot to have their TG and launch this year. So yeah, that's kind of what we're working on right now.
That's all cool. And what was your best crash out for the week? What non-Web3 thing made you kind of like?
Dude, there were some. There were some. Are you meaning in a way of something that got me off the
Just something
tracks?
that pissed you off and something
Yeah,
that you were like, come on, man.
yeah, but it has to be non-Web3 related, right?
Yeah, for real.
Well, I would say
But
I
did,
played some
did
Counter
someone
Strike.
haven't touched enough grass to have anything that made him crash out non-Web3 related?
I, I played some Counter Strike with my friends on Tuesday, which is not Web3. It's still games, but whatever. And we were matched make with two hackers. Match after match. So that was pretty unlucky. One of them actually got banned like 10 minutes after the match ended. The other one's probably still effing up some other people's games.
That is liable to make anyone crash out. And yeah, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Who else do we have? Anyone else hasn't introduced themselves and their crash out of the week? Creon, did you do it?
Dobbin, yeah, it's nice to be here. So no major crash out, because I'm trying to be stoic, but something that kind of like pisses me off is when I learned last week that because I just watched the latest Witcher on Netflix, and then I learned that the next season it's not gonna be Henry Cavill anymore. So yeah, that's the only thing. I mean, it's not like major, but pissed me off because it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be the same anymore. I don't know, but let's see. But I might not watch it. I decided to not watch the next season just because. Not really a fanboy of Henry, but he's just really fit for that role. I don't know if you guys are watching The Witcher.
Isn't he making a new series or something? It's like another fantasy series, isn't he?
I think he's
Like
definitely doing
Warhammer or
something else.
something.
Yes,
wish.
Warhammer. I'm going to watch that. I thought it was. It's got to be.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I thought he also has some commitment with DC Comics. Yeah, maybe that one.
Yeah, that might be interesting. But I would like to see Henry Cavill as like a space marine. That would just be fucking amazing. Yeah, that would be good. And yeah, I see Chewy has come up. And yeah, Chewy, what is your number one non-Web3 thing that made you crash out this week?
Can't believe you selected non-Web3 because I literally crashed out totally last week. I just had enough, I was just like absolutely furious with the space, arseholes upon arseholes upon arseholes. And so I decided to go for a walk with my dog, and probably the worst timing ever. In a field, some woman my dog got a little bit close to her or something like that. He's a lab. He's absolutely harmless. He's the friendliest thing ever, and just said something. And I literally just absolutely crashed out on her. I actually started barking at her as well, like, arf, arf, like
that
this
is
as
the
well,
best
just
crash
kind
out.
of like,
I'm sorry. This wins. This definitely wins.
I was absolutely furious. I was just like, I didn't even have time for her. I didn't have time to talk to her or anything like that. Like, I had literally nothing intelligent to say. So I just started barking. But there you go.
That is beautiful. That is literally the definition of a crash out, where you just basically you go proper falling down, you go proper like out there, like I'm done with society, its norms and rules. You have fucked me over one too many times. And so now it is my time to shine. And then you just bark at a lady like a dog until she runs away in terror.
Yeah, I mean, she looked pretty scared. It shut her up straight away as well, which was good as well. And,
I think
my
grow the beard out next time, and then shout some choice phrases. That
I'm going to be
banned from
shaving off the
airports.
beard. I'm going to be shaving off the beard tomorrow. So it's already kind of like about a couple of inches. So I'm going to shave the beard. But there you go. But yeah, that's my crash out. But I think it is funny because, you know, when I was in the army, I just used to pick up a gun and go do some shooting practice or something like that, or punch a beanbag or something like that and stuff like that. You know, you sometimes you just have to get your frustration out. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. I know exactly what you mean, and that's why we're talking about non-Web 3 crash outs initially, because
all I'm getting
from stuff.
All I'm getting from this is don't piss Chewie off, because he can probably kill us in about 17 different ways.
And that's true. And that also goes for Americans, but on home turf. You see, on the home turf advantage, the only chance you have about surviving against an American in their own home is that they get frozen in choosing which of the many guns at their reach that they should kill you with. That's generally it. I actually said this to there was a guy I was working with for Red Rhino. We were making this game together. He used to like sell fracking. He had this big land, big house, amazing bodybuilder wife, all of this good stuff. And he was like, Matt, I have a gun for every situation. I have like a gun by my nightstand. I have a gun in a gun locker. I have a gun in my bathroom. I have a sniper rifle with a heat-seeking thing that can see through walls, and I can shoot you from 15. Like, he was like going on about all of this. And I was like, so if I break into your house, like, which gun are you going to choose? And maybe you're like, you can't decide. And
did he have a gun in his pocket, or was he just pleased to see
No.
you?
This was the best thing. He said, Matt, I'm trained in body combat. I was like, this guy is just the most beautiful and the most American thing I've ever heard. But yeah, rolling on to the topic of the day and topic of the weekend, crypto in general, because now we got it out of our system, our nice crash outs for the week. I want to go in and talk about some of the best crash outs you've seen in our space from others. We've got loads of different things. The base is the everyone drama, Zach XBT versus content coins, essentially. We've still got the mantra om explosion. All of the crypto moves so fast that when a token implodes or is ripped apart by insiders and they come out and tell the community, I support you, while wearing like a Patek watch or something, everyone's like, oh, supports us. He's so nice. He went to talk to the community. Yeah, like with your money on his wrist. I mean, come on, guys. Like, it's enough to make a man crash out and shout at a lady like a dog. Really, the stuff that goes on in space. So, what egregious crypto scams and stories have you seen this week that made you be like, oh, come on? Any good ones? Any good ones? Who's got a favorite crypto crash out of the last sort of week or last few days?
I don't know if I can call it a crash out, but I know that the new platform has launched recently, if not today, and it's called Boop. And everybody is going there looking for making big money, and it's on a crash streak, I would say, because everybody is trying to get like the latest token. They run up and they die. They run up and they die, and it's just killing people left, right, and center. So be careful how you trade. Don't FOMO in too much on the new shiny thing.
No, Grim.
They just get booped.
I'm just gonna ape in full stack, and I'll get rugged every single time, and that's how I have my crash outs.
Rinse and repeat, right?
Exactly. Rinse and repeat.
That should be the name of like our recurring crypto space. Rinse and repeat. That's what happens to my bags. Avalanche, I see hands up.
Yeah, I don't know if it was this week or last week, but Artifact and them downgrading their Cloudflare subscription so that the no return got sent to all their NFT holders. So they don't have their JPEGs even anymore to console themselves with. So that's pretty rough. when you have someone that's like at the height of a market cycle and then they just don't even maintain their databases, so they're
Well,
like,
yeah,
oh,
I
no
saw that
JPEGs
they
for
were
you.
meant to be migrating them or something, and then they basically just disappeared them.
What a
Right?
grill! What a
Oh,
grill! Like
man, rough.
when Artifact officially announced stopping operations, I got so pissed because I actually had a lot of belief in Artifact as well at the time. Once I found out that that was finished, I was like, yeah, it's a matter of time before that thing is like poof. I had hoped maybe for grill status, but like sad times, man. Sad times to see one of those titans disappear.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's one of those things that
So disappeared like Salvadorian hairdressers.
there's got to be a story behind this.
No. I'm just being a political arsehole, you know, and commenting on deprecations and stuff like that. So
There we go.
yeah,
There we go.
I'm gonna shut up now before I cause a row.
So
yeah, I wonder
question.
too, like were there offers to like CTO the collection
there were
essentially?
many. There were
buy
many
it for
offers to CTO.
pennies on the dollar and try to pull like a Luca, because still Artifact has a ton of mind share and a ton of bag holders, aka community, but I guess whoever owns it, Nike or whoever, is just like, nah, we're just gonna like shelf it.
I think there were plenty of offers on the table for CTO. Like, as far as I can see, when it was initially announced shutting down, there was a metric ton of them. So
Talking about
Crashouts.
Sorry, I was gonna say, right. So with this allocation and stuff, right.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, there's all these people that are launching their tokens now. Some have in excess of 200K USD value. So in 30 days, I mean, the shit's going to hit the fan, or have I got this completely wrong?
And why in 30 days? What happens?
So you can't claim your airdrop, right, unless you launch your token.
Correct. That's the boop thing. Yeah.
And that's why everyone's getting booped at the moment.
Yeah. So and then it unlocks after 30 days. Yeah.
I guess so. And then everything boops down to zero.
Take profits.
Probably.
Exactly. It's take profits time.
Rinse and repeat. That's going to be
exactly. Next one.
So it's whoever got in first that really is going to profit from this, right?
Classic Ponzi. I mean, and this is the thing that's kind of annoying me and my crypto crash out is the amount of legitimate people that I actually respect basically coming on timeline and saying the only games that will ever work in crypto are pure Ponzi games where everyone plays this god awful top down 2D bullshit and then just like goes for the bags, and the first one who walks out a millionaire, and everyone else gets shafted. I don't really think that that's the future of gaming. To be honest,
it absolutely isn't. It absolutely. I think the problem is that people haven't really fundamentally understood what gaming. Well, it's not even gaming with crypto; it's gaming in blockchain, and this is the biggest issue: is that people don't. I don't know if it's they don't want to understand, or they're all in it just to make a few dollars and they're going to fuck off, or but yeah, it doesn't make sense as well. Like blockchain is a tech, right?
Exactly. A lot of this space doesn't make sense, does it?
I suppose that's probably why I crashed out a couple of weeks ago, right?
and apparently, was that a couple of weeks ago when you shouted at the lady with the dog?
When was it? So 24th. Yeah, sort of last week. Yeah.
Okay, last week. That's all good. We've reached the half-hour mark, and it's definitely fun telling everyone about the crash outs. Follow these amazing people up here. Share the stream. Get more people in. We're going to crash out harder in the next segment. And yeah, there's going to be all the fun of the fair as we go round and we ask everyone who's to blame for the current market chaos. Who is your like? We're going to do this. Like, who would you blame. You can crash out on anyone. You can crash out in any way. You can blame someone who totally doesn't deserve it, maybe because they're too nice and it irritates you. But let's just start the blame game, and then we will use the final segment to heal the wounds and move on into the next thing. So, who's got something petty they want to crash out about? Who wants to blame the market chaos on something other than Trump and wars and all of those crazy things? Who wants to say it was actually Harambe that started this whole alternate timeline where we're all in crazy land? Dr. Funk, I see you in his house.
Yo, what's up?
Many things.
Oh, baby, I don't even know what we're talking about, but I'm live in Dubai, friends. I'm at a rave in the desert.
No, that's fucking cool.
Dubai right now?
Yeah, I don't know. What are we crashing out about? I'll tell you what you're crashing out about. A bunch of dumb shit. Bunch of dumb shit that ruined everyone's perception of this industry. And that's what we got to fix, man. We got to fix it. We got to fix the tokenomics. We got to fix the schemes. We got to fix the Ponzi's and fuck all that shit and fuck this industry.
And who do you blame for this, Funk? You can blame anyone.
A bunch of people that got rich too fast and made a bunch of rules that don't make sense, and that we made a playbook and everyone thought, hey, that's good because we can make fast money off of it. Fast money, ain't real good money. I mean, it might be real good, but it's not real good for anybody but the people getting it. Bad for the end users.
Yeah, I love this. And this is why Funk is welcome to crash out on our space at any point. And in the audience, you've got to crash out as well. Give us your favorite crash outs. Crash out about everything. Blame everyone. Let's get some fire in the house before we solve all of these problems.
I also want to blame Robert Ofield because he was an asshole to me in 8th grade.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a fucking piece, and he's a piece of shit. And he fucked up my mental state for a long time.
Is he
on
still
the Washington D.C. school trip?
Man, those kids are dicks, man. They are.
Everybody's going to Google this guy now and try and find him.
Dig deep and just roast that MFer. Look, everybody, I love you though. I just wanted to pop in. We're actually entering the venue now, so it's going to get wild. I got my psychedelic drip on. We're gonna get wild. So I love you guys though.
It's all good. Don't get cold in the desert. It gets very cold at night.
Hugs to kisses. Hey man. Hey, with this much sex dripping off of me, it's all hot all the time. Hugs and kisses, everybody.
Have a good one, man. We're gonna hear from Funk later when he's sheltering inside a camel for warmth, like the Star Wars movie. All right, Creon.
You read my mind, man. So we are in the gutter sometimes.
No, exactly. I was just imagining crawling into a camel wearing like a tie-dye psychedelic shirt, just freezing his ass off. All right, Creon, who are you going to blame for all of the crashing out in the universe?
Well, for the lack of choices, I'd say no. I have choices, but just to crash out in here, I think I want to blame decentralized exchanges and venture capitals and some collaborative partners that are dumping retail. Because they kind of like control the narrative, and they have lots of allocation. When they're partnered with projects, so a lot of these entities are like taking advantage. They're taking advantage of the builders that are in need of funding and collaboration or visibility. So
and no one wins, right? And this is no one wins. At the end of the day, they don't win. Like when exchanges put these fees up because basically they trade against the tokens and tokens go down, and they take a huge allocation just to fucking dump it on those people.
Right.
Everyone loses because it's like every exchange has got this idea about games and about memes that it's just a one project. It's just one thing. There is no life after this. And like, imagine if your business was like selling cigarettes, but each cigarette cost 100 grand and killed you instantly. That's literally what they're fucking doing. Like, that's insanity, right? And this is why they put the fees up, because there's danger money, because there's no sustainability. And then what they do stops there being any hint of sustainability. But yeah, that's not actually my topic of crash out, because I could crash out about that for fucking ever. I blame Ubisoft. I blame them for basically everything. I blame Ubisoft for fucking up games and Web3. Because as soon as games and Web3, the first thing that happened, Ubisoft were like, we see, we are going to put the NFT in the game, and you are going to fucking love it. And everyone was like, no, Ubisoft, no, you're going to ruin us with scam things. And then everyone was like, fuck Ubisoft, fuck NFTs, and fuck everyone who believed in crypto ever for the eternity. And any gamer that gets offered crypto basically looks at it and they see the Ubisoft logo and they're instantly like, "Ah." And that turned many of them back into their golem mode, screaming, my precious.
They can't even get Web 2 gaming right.
Dude, I swear to God, like zombie companies exist in Web 2, like companies that just have so much money, it's taking them basically years to circle the drain, but they are circling very slowly. It's like on the outside, you know, it's coming around, it's getting a little closer, and then sometimes it goes back up a little, and then it goes back. And also, yeah, Chewy, who do you blame?
Oh my God, this is a good one. This is a really good one. Oh boy. But before I go on to that, I've vibe coded a Wookiee translator, by the way. You know, we're talking about Star Wars. And so so all you have to do is just type in English and then it will translate it into Shrylewuk, basically, which is the language of the Wookiees.
Beautiful. Can we do an entire space in Wookiee next week?
We could probably try, yeah.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Take some learning, but there you go. I'll pin that up for anyone that wants to test it out.
Yeah, put it in the Jumbotron. We want everyone speaking Wookiee. And then we're going to go on Spaces and launch an NFT collection speaking all as Wookiees, just like Goblin Town did.
Absolutely.
Like, I can crash out about that as well. Like, we do retarded things in this space, and then everyone's like, yeah, that's the best shit ever. It's also, I can crash out about people doing extremely easy things in games and then selling them as if they're like some godforsaken, like, let's raise 40 million off the back of that. People were actually saying, hey, we got Steam accounts. That's a fucking free API, my friends. You can just get that. Like anyone could get a fucking Steam login for anything. You can have a Steam login for your fucking toaster if you want. It does not make you investable. More crash outs, more blame. We got like 5 minutes of this and then we're going to start.
Oh, yeah. So my the one I was going to mention was Crypto Queen. So
you blame her for everything? He's gone. She assassinated him.
A dog has just gone by. He's shouting out.
No, I think he said Crypto Queen, and she killed him instantly with her mind.
Sorry, my bloody Spotify went on for some stupid reason, so I couldn't hear what anyone was saying.
Like, why do you blame Crypto Queen for everything?
Well, I mean, OneCoin, come on. I mean, she started all this bullshit. She started crime in crypto.
Crime season.
She literally, how much was it in the end? 4 billion that she stole from investors, and that literally screwed everything up. And it made it kind of like
on good authority that she's in several pieces buried under a Bulgarian garden.
Do you reckon?
No, it's basically been found out that she was relying on, because she fled with all her money. She ended up relying on some Bulgarian heavy, terrifying drug gangs for her protection, and they had enough of her bullshit one day, and then she was never seen again.
But she she did actually board a flight to Greece, right?
Yep. I mean, who knows if it was
a lot of dodgy people in Greece.
For real. Oh dear, we could crash out about that as well. But it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, it's crazy. Like when we look at the space, and you got to admire the fucking resilience to still be here after all of the shit that people throw at us, all the scammers, all of the cabals, all of the people who claim that they are cabals and then tell people they're like, I use my followers for exit liquidity for fun, crash out 17 times on the timeline, and then they come back and people still lick them. Because the thing is, if you make enough people money at some point in any way, you're God in this space. And people are like, yeah, it's a rug. And they rug this and they rug that. But he has 100,000 followers, so I'm still going to respect it. We have to get away from that. We have to talk about sustainability, businesses, real things. Because crypto is a fucking revolutionary movement. It is changing the world. The reason we have scammers is because we have demand, and we have amazing things. that people can just access and they can just touch and they can just create anything. Eventually, the entire world will be decentralized, whether it's going to be IPs, your house. FIFA have a chain. Imagine that you could actually help in a transfer request and you can actually put money on your favorite footballer and pay your club as supporting tickets. You're actually buying footballers and sharing in their success and failure in deeper levels. We can be more connected. We can actually save the fucking world with this. Imagine if you tokenize every single asset in storage in all of America and all of the rest of the world, and then you break something, a glass, and you need to replace that exact one. You get it sent from someone in storage who gave up on that years ago ever having a value. You have insurance people who can replace like for like every single thing in someone's home so that there is no insurance scams anymore. You can have the ability to upscale, upsell, do all of these things, decentralized translate work. It's just too good, man. Crypto is too fucking good. So let's heal those wounds and tell us about your favorite things you're looking forward to in crypto. Tell us the things that you make you calm and remove the crash out urge. We got any hands for this?
People.
I'm gonna be biased here and jump in and say us, dude. You know,
I
that's
love you
it.
for that.
That's all.
So much.
That's all I'm gonna say. You know, there's no. I'm not gonna go into a big shell. I just said the only thing I'm looking forward to is us, because as all that stuff Chewy is on about and everybody is on about, we're the ones to fix it.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I'm going to have to say, Avalanche, I'm looking forward to your summit. That is going to be a moment of crypto euphoria. And that I'm really looking forward to that. Avalanche, tell us good things about crypto. What makes you bullish on crypto? What do you see in the future? What's your vision of an avalanche world? Doritos everywhere?
Yeah, Doritos everywhere. Hopefully that partnership with Taco Bell, Doritos Loco Nacho or Loco Tacos and Avalanche game while you eat some Taco Bell comes to fruition. Uh, if we do that, then we've won at life. But no, I think what makes me the most optimistic, exactly what you said, are the IRL events and seeing the sort of genuine folks that show up to each of them. And I think it's like the belief in each other that really inspires all of us and gives us optimism about this space in general. Like, yeah, there's some bad eggs, but on a whole, when you go meet folks like in real life, there's a lot of really cool people that are attracted to the space and attracted to the technology. So I think we're going to continue to build some really cool shit. There's really cool stuff getting built on a lot of different chains, not just Avalanche. But I think like as a collective consciousness, we just continue to push that frontier forward, and eventually, we're all gonna get there together.
I agree with that 1000%. I mean, when we talk about the people in crypto, it's truly amazing. Like it's like you go anywhere and you have friends. Just you heard how happy Doc Funk was. He was fucking ecstatic. I mean, this is like we are surrounded by our people. It's like a trans-political, transnational tribe of digital nations that come together in like the best of times and the worst of times to celebrate and commiserate together and to share everything, to build in public, to be in public, and to come from every single walk of life, whether you've been working like our COO, like painting boats, working in bars, and then left for crypto and launched one of the biggest coins out there in the early years. Like people who've been coming from just gaming and then discovered crypto and run with it and absolutely made it part of their life. IPs that are coming over to crypto, like Black Mirror and other crazy shit. People experimenting with the things that we were basically locked out from. Banks used to be the fucking law. They were like almost an arm of the government and the police. If your bank says no, you don't get your money. And you find out as soon as you break free of that, then there's hope. There's so much hope out there. And yeah, has anyone else got some hope to spread? Ian, I know you're a massive maxi on all things crypto. I'd love to hear your take on this.
I'm hopeful for integrity. Like I really, really think integrity is coming back. I've been talking since we had all of the things happen with, everything falling apart. I just keep thinking, savagery has been winning. So savagery and secrecy has been winning. That's been winning out for at least last several years. I think what's coming is integrity and ethics and nobility. That's what I think is going to win. Now, will it win in the second half of 2025? I mean, I'm not so silly to think that the tide's going to turn that quickly, but I do think that people are going to gravitate toward things that feel transparent, authentic, attached to something that's real. I think money making businesses that are, like, so not just having a Web3 game, but having a game that people want to play and there's money involved and there's an economy rotating. And then you add the elements that can be added for that. So for me, that's everything that I'm working on. So, regardless of what business project I'm leading, advising, or involved in, or jumping into, everything is for me about, is there transparency or is there secrecy? Is this savage or is this noble? Like, is everybody have a chance to win in this environment, or is this set up just for the KOL, just for the person that launches it? So for me, I think this is where people are going to be heading. And I see this in lots of sectors of society beyond just our industry. And I think that we should be hopeful and that we should demand that ourselves, that we lean into this very thing, because the change starts with us. And with that, I'll go back on mute.
No, that is a fantastic, and I want you to, if you haven't already met Uncle Funk, definitely meet the guy. This is one of the guys that we have. We publish his game OSP on Walk, Operation Safe Place. It's essentially part of his ongoing mission where he lives in South Africa to essentially give little girls a safe place to be on the weekends when the townships are bad. And he's doing this entirely from that standpoint. We also publishing Only Believe. It's basically a crypto game with AI powered NPCs that know all the lore of the Bible. There's some insane stuff, and there's some insane reach for good and ethics. And this is what we're all about here at Walk. I mean, we want to build business, and we want to build a business that's backed by technology that can help all the chains and all the games and all the IPs come together and be part of something bigger. And the successful ones become successful, and the ones that don't quite make it, as long as they're trying, we can move those players, we can move those holders into other spaces where they can benefit, when then they can share and reap the rewards of the whole. Because I think we win together, but everyone succeeds individually. I mean, it's a power law curve, right? You have success is definitely like that.
I think we lost the masculinity of nobility.
I agree.
Somehow, we're a very masculine industry, right or wrong, that's where it's currently at. Somehow, some way, the last couple of generations got deceived into thinking that secrecy and not having ethics and getting over on people, like, that's the way. That's not the way. That's definitely not the masculine leader, manly, amazing thing to do. That doesn't make you a great father. It doesn't help you make money and hold on to money. It's not going to lead you to have lots of apartments to rent and lots of things that you can be proud to leave as a legacy. If you want to live a life that's worth living, one that people will celebrate while you're alive and dead, then we as humans, as men that are in this industry, we need to think about what is required to do things in a valiant way. We need to think back in our ancestors. Was it the slave owners that we're proud of? Or is it the people that actually were entrepreneurs that made cities and forged new territories and created new innovations? The whole point of this industry is for us to go after an ability for there to be honesty, respect, for people to be taken care of, what they've done, and for people to be accountable for what they're doing wrong. We've done this in a way so that humanity can be benefited. And if we lose sight of that, then we will just continue this perpetual cycle of silliness that we currently are suffering the consequences for.
Fantastic. I see, Kwai, you have your hand up, and I just think it's a really key point about this sort of this masculine. Like, if you look at everyone's favorite thing, the gorillas, right? The gorilla, one gorilla versus 100 men. It's about survival as a tribe. We survive as villages, we survive as tribes, gorillas survive as groups. If they killed every weak male in that group wouldn't exist. If they killed everyone who doesn't follow their exact lead, that group doesn't exist. We need all of us, and we need all of us to pull together. Quiet, what's your thoughts on this, man?
No, I'm glad what Ian says about integrity. That to me is, intent is 100%. Having that pride into anything that you do and anything that you present. If it's yourself, if it's a project you're involved in, if it's your everyday life. That to me is important. Like you got to have honor. You just have a built-in like honor code, regardless of what the world has shamed us for our decision making, taking the wrong direction, doing things that others have not seen or have done yet. And that's where I've been my whole life. So to have that same kind of analogy and hear it from Ian is like very resonating for me personally in a life where I've been completely outcasted in many ways because of the way I look, the where I come from, how my parents raised me, and not having like that kind of gatekeeping that a lot of people have and like digression they have when they're older. Where me, I didn't have to decompartmentalize a lot of that behavior that got passed through for usually from bad parenting. So luckily, I've been able to see a world much differently than a lot of people. And I went through a lot of struggles. Being homeless to having millions of dollars to not having anything again. So like having all of that and understanding like how to build yourself up as a character, regardless of what you have in this world, it's all about integrity, and you can come back from nothing. So yeah, I appreciate that, Ian.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic story. And there are so many stories like this of people who just through hard work and fucking perseverance, they do the fucking impossible. We have a friend, Senior Choice. He started off from humble beginnings in Colombia, and then he got to, through the power of crypto, run game centers and move and find his wife and all of these cool things. And there are hundreds and thousands of stories like that repeated across our industry. And I think it's one of those things when you look at chivalry, like white knight is an insult. And it's like the thing that used to be the strongest, like you are strong by how many of the weak you can protect. A king is strong because he can say, and there's one quote from a king of England, that a woman and child can walk the length of my land in safety. That was his measure of strength, is how he could afford to care for the weakest among and the most vulnerable among his tribe. And they were his people. We're all one people. We are going to have to fight the aliens or the AIs at some point, God knows, or our own crazy conspiracies. But we should be judged by the character of who we can help and what we can do for others, because that shows strength. Because it is easy to work 100% on yourself, and it's relatively easy to do those things. There is obviously dedication and hardship that you put yourself through to transform yourself or to transform your fortunes. But true wealth is the ability to care for not just yourself, but for others, because that is something that benefits you in not it's an altruism. I mean, we have tons of different religions and things that drive you to force you to do that with rules and codes and consequences for not doing that. We have laws to govern that, to make sure that we take care of each other, because that is not an easy thing to do. And that is where I see strength. I see strength in people willing to help others in this industry, strength in people who are willing to put down their hacking and come over to the good side and actually spread the love, spread the benefits, give out things, make sure that we all come up together, because we can change basically everything about society. The way that the whole of the industry is run is completely upended. We have a new power base. We have a power base made of a mix of people from all over the world and all different backgrounds now finally holding the keys to something crazy. Yeah, the pipe. I mean, you were meant to come in earlier. Love to hear your pipe dreams.
Thank you very much for reading our our profile. I'm really sorry I got my times mixed up. I thought we were starting at 9, but sorry. Please forgive my tardiness.
No worries.
No worries. Yeah. So yeah, we are. I'm Batsy, aka Batsy I'm the founder and lead contributor here at the Pipe GDAO. We are an impact finance ecosystem focused on funding university laboratory DeSci projects that could make an impact and change the world. And through our partner platform called the Pipe Platform, that's the pre-IPO exchange. And our goal is to turn pipe dreams into realities. So that was my little blurb there, and then I'll jump on the topic.
Yeah, fantastic. I just wanted to say, since you're up here and we're running out of time, what makes you bullish? We're talking about basically changing everything. We've gone from crashing out to coming together, and so you, as an impact investor, what do you see that is coming into in that you have hope for?
So I have hope for how Web3 can make a real world impact. I think a lot of the stuff in the industry is very on chain focused. Oh, the next coolest blockchain, the next coolest smart contract, and it's like that's all good, but if it doesn't really make a change to people's lives in the so-called real world, then I don't see mass adoption happening. So I like working on projects that actually further mass adoption. You have the proof is in the pudding, right? We love all this jargon. We're all geeks and nerds, and we like to think that we are technologists of the highest order, but I think there's a big echo chamber in Web3. But I think deep in projects, to some extent, gaming projects as well, because actually gaming does make a difference in the world. And I think Web3 gaming can actually help have a real world impact as well. So I'm interested in projects that do that, that pivot and sort of say, what is there in the real world? What is there um, in Web 2 or kind of even non-technical industries that Web 3 can really scale, right? Because we have the blockchain, which is the ledger, right? And we have the which is the network, and then we have the smart contracts, which are the coordinating technology. So what can we coordinate in the real world in terms of funding, in terms of um, data, in terms of all kinds of things? And that's what really interests me in Web3 because it's uncharted territory, right? Kind of just to use the analogy of the pioneers, yes, very controversial, but we don't want to go into the history of that side of it. But the pioneers who went to the States, the European pioneers anyway, the U.S. federal government kind of subcontracted colonization, right? Say, colonize the rest of the states from the east to the west, and if you make it, it was not a picnic, it was very dangerous, but if you make it, you can stake your claim to this land and that's yours, right? And a whole bunch of generational wealth, Oklahoma, and all this kind of stuff was created. So I feel like Web3 is the new frontier, right? For us new pioneers, privateers are taking a lot of risks, social risks, financial risks, to chart out a new economic miracle. And that's what really, really excites me.
And that's a fantastic way to sort of come in and wrap this. We have C Savvy. I see you managed to jump up in the end. Just give us a little bit. I know you've been listening. What makes you bullish on crypto, this space in general, as we come to the top of the hour?
Yo, GM guys. So can you recap on the question?
Yeah. So, what makes you bullish on crypto and our industry?
Okay, basically, what's made me bullish on crypto is this it's I don't know, maybe my reason will be reasonable enough. I just feel like since the world is evolving, what we are using before is not what we are using now. In the time of we are using trade by barter, cowries, then for trading, means of exchange. And what made me bullish on crypto is because uh, everyone, it is accessible to everybody. You don't need to have to go to a bank that is far before you can trade peer to peer. It's accessible on your phone, laptop. Even if you are in the toilet, you can access it. And the innovation, the technology behind blockchain and everything is just something that even a baby will be bullish on it. I don't know if my reason is reasonable enough though.
No, it's all good. It's all good. And thank you so much for your contributions. Thank you so much for everyone for turning up on the space. And thank you. A big shout out to, of course, our wonderful speakers. So many today. We had Ovid, Avalanche, Grimlings, Ian, Creon, The Pipe Down, Quai, Ringroll, Open Loot, and Sea Savvy as well. And if I missed you, that's just because I'm bad at reading while people jump around on spaces.
And a lot of good legends in the audience as well. You know, a lot of people who we know and love. So it's good to see them here supporting us on a Thursday evening.
It's fantastic, and thank you so much again for turning up and enjoying the space with us. We will be back for another episode of No Cap Gaming next week. So follow all of these lovely people, set your notifications on, and bring yourselves to the Warp Chain, bring yourselves to these other wonderful projects, and let's fucking change the world. Peace.
Gunned up